have a fun show today because we're talking about feathers, fur, and 4-H. And this all sounds real crazy. We've got some regular Clemson Extension people, and y'all are 4-H agents, okay? And you specialize or help some with rabbits and chickens. You don't do the horses and cows.
No,
we're
ma'am.
not having those come in. Okay. So Freddricka, Pressley, you brought some kids who are going to show.
Yes, so my kids, my 4-Hers, they participate in our rabbit project for the state of South Carolina, and they're able to go around and participate in various shows throughout the state.
Okay. And then you, Elizabeth Snipes, your kids are going to bring what?
Yes, they bring in their birds, their chickens, their hens to show, and they participate in some of the South Carolina poultry livestock shows.
And so what do the kids get out of, what are some of the things that you're trying to develop in the children as they learn all these skills?
Their leadership skills, I would say, is the biggest thing. Because if you are it's a very big responsibility to take care of your animal. And that's the first thing the kids are able to do. And they have to be willing to do that. You have to make sure you care for your rabbit or your chicken every single day. You have to tend to it.
Okay. And so do they get the rabbits when they're real small, or can they be any age?
So they will get them when they're real small, but they have to be a certain age in order to be ready for showmanship.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And then they get the chickens when they're still going beep, beep, beep.
So we actually, for the South Carolina 4-H Poultry Project, there are 2 options.
Yes.
The laying flock, if they have hens at home, or if they get the baby chicks from Tractor Supply, they may just want 2 or 4, not a whole flock, then they can go that route for the laying flock. But pullet chain is our other option, so they can choose to sign up, and we have 3 different breeds typically to choose from, and they're all hens, and they receive the day-old baby chicks. We get them in the mail,
and then we deliver. And they're
them.
sitting in the office going beep, beep,
They
beep,
are.
Beep.
They're very chirpy, very chirpy. And they can choose between 12 baby chicks or 25 if they do the pullet chain.
Okay.
And then at the end of the project, they give us a few of the birds back to go in our auction.
And you pick the breeds because they're good laying hens.
They are, yes, ma'am. So last year we did Rhode Island Reds, Barred Rocks, and Golden Comets. And those are all good egg layers.
And are the bunnies different types? Or?
They're different breeds, but my 4-Hers, they have brought the Holland Lops. So they'll be bringing them with them today.
Are they darling looking rabbits?
They are. They're so cuddly and they're fluffy, so you'll enjoy them.
I'm excited. And so, so the kids are going to learn how to speak publicly, but also, as you said, how to care for animals. That's a big responsibility.
It is, yes.
And the parents aren't supposed to do it. They are supposed to do it.
Yes, ma'am. These are youth-led projects.
Yes. And we like to say, I know it's the same with rabbit, that it's really not about the animal, it's about the child. So it's, it's disguised as a rabbit in a poultry show, but it's really about, like I said, public speaking, sharing the knowledge that they have learned in the project, and then showing off the animal that they have raised.
Okay. So. But y'all do go to a lot of trouble to be sure that the animals are well cared for.
Yes, ma'am. So before our show, we actually have to do a on-site health inspect. So the kids will come up, we'll just check just to make sure we're not seeing any cloudiness in their eyes before we actually begin the show. We do have a health check before the show.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful.
Share about what their poultry.
Yes. So we also, Fred and I usually do a showmanship class together. We did it in August, actually. So the rabbits are on site, and as well as the chickens, and we do a blood test that we have to do for the birds in order to be able to be showed throughout the state.
Gosh, this is...
And it has to be done within 90 days of showing.
when they go.
Yes, ma'am.
Gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we teach them there also just kind of like an intro to showmanship. So if they're first time in the project, then they kind of get an experience, a practice show of what to do and what to expect.
Okay, because everything we do in Extension is research-based.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're not just winging it.
That's right.
Research. This is
No
just
pun intended.
wonderful. Okay. Well, it sounds like y'all have a lot of fun doing that. Let's meet the kids and their animals.
Yes.
Hi, I am Corbin. I'm 6, and this is my chicken ZB.
My name is Macy Jo. This is my chicken Goldilocks. She's a golden comet, and I'm 9 years old. This is my rabbit Oreo. She's a Holland Dog, and she's 2 years old.
Hi, my name is Kenneth. I'm 10 years old, and this is my rabbit Snickers.
Hi, my name is Benjamin. I'm 12 years old, and this is my Holland Lop Bunny Kit Kat.
Hi, my name is Lucy. I'm 11 years old, and this is my rabbit Willow. My name is Atticus. I am 10 years old. This is my rabbit Zap. My name is Elliot. My age is 6. My rabbit's name is Moose.
So, Freddricka, I think that there are steps that we take in showing the rabbit, and a lot of this is for the rabbit's safety, but also that the children can remember all the steps they have to take in their presentation is being judged as well.
Yes, ma'am. So we, with the 4-H Rabbit Project, this is going to be a abbreviated version of what the youth actually do for our shows. And so we have brought for you 6 important steps that the youth will be using, but we typically use the American Breed Rabbit Association rubric when we are judging our 4-Hers.
All right, well, let's see how he does today.
Atticus, he's going to walk us through our first stage, and that is lifting and supporting our rabbit.
Sometimes it's difficult to get the rabbit out, and the most important thing when grabbing the rabbit, you have to support its legs.
All right, so now we have Kenneth. He's going to show us our second step when showing the rabbit. So he's going to walk in like he would be coming to the judge.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see how he does.
All right, Kenneth.
So what were the important things you were trying to do?
So you want her head under your arm, and then you want to support her legs,
Yeah.
and then you can stroke her like this.
Okay, to keep her calm. Well, what happens next?
So now we're going to look at how you pose your rabbit. So Lucy's going to show us.
When you present to the judge, you put your rabbit into the correct position, put your hands behind your back, and step back so you can show the judge that your rabbit will not go off the mat with your help.
What happens if it does walk off the mat?
You put it back.
Oh, okay.
And so what the judge is looking at how Lucy's actually interacting with the rabbit. And so she won't lose points by the rabbit moving around the mat, but as long as she's able to stay in control, that's what the judge is looking for.
Okay, because there's only so much training you can give a rabbit.
Yes.
Well, thanks for telling us that.
Yes, thank you, Lucy.
So we've got another step. What's coming up?
Yes, so we have Benjamin. He's going to show us the important parts of being able to look at the health check. So when they are going through the show, and so Benjamin's going to start with our health check.
So she doesn't have any torn or missing portions of the ear. And you would also, if your rabbit has a tattoo, you would mention that, but mine does not. And she also doesn't have any ear mites or yeast infections. Then for you to flip the rabbit over, you're gonna have your middle finger and your pointer finger kind of do a wrap around the ear, and you're gonna gently do this. Then you're gonna have your thumb maybe right on top of their head. Then you're gonna grab their bottom, and then you're gonna pick them up gently and slowly to make it so they're supported and they don't feel like they're falling. And then put them down like this.
Oh.
And you can show the eyes and everything that's rest for the bottom.
All right, thank you, Benjamin. So now Macy Jo is going to demonstrate the importance of seeing the health of the rabbit. So Macy Jo, take it away.
In this part, I'm gonna show the legs. So there's like a little elbow bone right in the middle of her legs, and you push on that and it should come straight up, and that will show that the legs are not broken or deformed.
So obviously she's used to doing this, and y'all have a good relationship.
Yes.
Good.
And then you'll put it back down, and then you'll count the toenails and toes.
Come on.
And there should be 5 on each foot in the front, and then you'll do the same with this leg.
So they can't really see the toes and toenails, but you're just This is one of the steps you have to do. All righty.
Oh yeah, the judge is right there on.
Oh.
With our competition, our judge is sitting right. So the judge will be on the opposite side of the table.
Oh,
and
so
they're
they can?
looking.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm not going to show the stomach, but you'll show the stomach, and then you'll go to the back feet. So you'll do the same thing, push on that elbow, and then you should have 4 toes and toenails.
So 5 on the front and 4 on the back.
Yeah.
Golly.
And then you'll do the same with the other foot. And then you'll look on her hocks, and sometimes they'll have sores from staying on wire too much in the cages.
So health is very important.
Yes.
And that shows how well you've taken care of your rabbit, too. She looks like she's a very loved rabbit.
Thank you, Macy Jo.
You're welcome.
Well, what are we going to see now?
So now we're going to see our knowledge section. And so for every age group, there's a different requirement. And so Elliot is one of our clover buds. Do we feed moose water? Do we feed moose candy? Do we feed moose pellets? And also hay, right? Good. So that's what we look for when we're asking basic knowledge on making sure that they're getting the proper diet. And by the youth agreeing or answering that question, we know that they're taken care of and not mom or dad.
Well, now we're going to learn about how to show the chickens.
Yes, and today we have 2 of our PD poultry participants. We've got Macy Jo Powell and Corbin Powell. And Macy's going to show us how to get them out of the cage.
So that's one of the things that they actually are judged on.
They are, on how
Getting
they
them out of the cage.
get them out of the cage. Yes, handling their birds.
Okay.
Perfect.
That looked good to me. It's not flying around the studio yet.
Perfect. My brother's going to chicken while we grab his bird. Good job. And we have 2 different breeds here. This is the Golden Comet, and Macy Jo got this as a day-old baby chick 2 years ago. Okay. And Corbin got his Barred Rock this past spring.
Wow.
Yes. So they're full grown.
They're glad to get out of the cage.
They're glad to
aren't
get out of the
they?
cage. Yeah. So Macy Jo, if you'll just explain to us.
Oh no, got ya.
Oh, goodness, this is not what usually happens.
This is not what usually happens. So we're going to let Macy Jo explain like where she would go from here.
Okay.
So after you get her out of the cage, you're just going to sort of pet her. And then you're going to hold her out like this.
Oh.
And you're going to tilt her head up and then turn it.
So are they looking at the chicken's conformation and all that? Okay.
And then you're going to put her back to rest and just pet her one more time.
All right.
And then you're going to spread her wings out.
Oh, gosh, they have beautiful wings, don't they? Mm-hmm. Look at that.
And then you're going to turn her like this. Then you're going to show the other wing.
Oh.
She's getting me.
Then you're going to turn her sort of like this, where her head is facing you.
Yes.
And you're going to show her undercolor.
Whoa.
Kind of showing the health of the bird.
All right. Is that what they look healthy?
And then you're going to show the width of the body, so you're going to put her back to rest.
The width of the body.
And you're going to stick her fingers under your feather, and then you're going to show how big that width of the body is.
Okay.
And then you're going to turn her like this, put her head down,
Whoa.
and flip her over.
I don't think this is their favorite part.
No.
And then you're going to show the breastbone.
Oh.
So you're going to put your fingers up,
Okay.
and then you're going to flip her back over and show her vent like that.
Okay.
And then you're going to show where her pubic bones and her breastbone meet. So you're going to put how many fingers you can fit in that. And I can fit 4. And then you're going to show how many fingers you can fit between the pubic bones. So you're going to feel the 2 sharp bones, and then I can fit 2 in mine.
Gracious.
And then you're going to put her back to rest, turn her around again, and then you're going to show the feet.
Do you have to trim their nails or anything sometimes? Okay.
And then you're going to turn her the other way and show her legs.
And they have to present it in this order at the show.
That's a lot. Yeah,
And
a lot to remember.
then the judge will say you can go to the center of the ring, and then she might walk around a couple times, and then once she says you may pose your bird, you're going to put her down on the table, and if her feet cross, you have to pick her back up and pose her again.
Mercy.
And then you sort of fluff her.
Yeah. So is she
then
going
you'll-
to walk across the table?
And then you'll
Maybe.
put your hands behind your back and just wait. And then she'll say, you may walk your bird. And you just sort of take the stick. My chicken doesn't like to walk. Come on.
The stick kind of nudges them in the direction.
Yeah.
And the big thing that the judge is looking at, again, we said it's less about the bird and more about the child,
Sure.
and sharing their knowledge, showing off the health of their bird. But quickly, you can tell which kids have, like I said, you can tell Macy Jo and Corbin have handled their birds. They're not
Yes.
trying to fly off the table. They're very tame, so all of that goes into it.
And then she'll tell you to pose your bird again. And you'll just pose her
Fluff it
again
up a
and
little
step
bit.
back.
Okay.
And while the judge is also asking you questions, right, about how you care for it, can you share a few of those questions that maybe Dr. Hall asked you last year?
Like what type of breed your chicken is, what color eggs does your chicken lay, what type of comb it has. And then she'll tell you can put it back in the cage.
She wants to stay on there.
And you'll open your cage up, and then you'll put it back in head
Head first, and you take it out head first.
Perfect. Good job.
So you get judged on how you in and out of it, take it in and then put it out. Oh, my goodness. Just because you want to have enough control over the chicken that it goes in correctly. And doesn't. Gosh.
And they say, too, when you bring it out head first, you're not worried about damaging the wings. If you bring it out backwards and they're flapping,
that makes
it could
sense.
damage their
Yeah.
wings.
Okay. Chicken showing. That's fun. Thanks so much for telling us all that. Carmen Ketron is a horticulture agent, and today you're here because you have more interest than just plants.
Yes, every year at the Eastern Carolina Agriculture Fair in Florence, there is an amazing group of 4-Hers who go and do their showmanship, but also, specific to the ECA Fair, our costume contest. And I've gotten to watch it for the last 4 years, and I absolutely love it. Our first contestant, we've got Lucy. Lucy, can you tell us a little bit about your bunny and who you've got?
This is Willow. She's a Holland Lop, and will be about 2 years in April.
Excellent. Can you tell us what Willow's dressed as?
She's just as a bumblebee.
Oh, I love it. Does she like to get dressed up?
She's okay with it.
She sure looks precious. If she could look in the mirror and see how darling she looks, I guess she'd want to change costumes all the time. That's fun. So has she worn this before at a contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what? Yeah. Well, she looks like a wonderful bunny rabbit. I know you have fun.
Excellent. And now we have Benjamin. Benjamin, who is this?
Kit Kat,
Kit Kat. What's Kit Kat dressed as?
a chicken.
Oh, that is precious. Look at that.
Isn't that something? Let me see the little feet. This is just precious. Oh my gracious goodness. So did somebody make this for you?
No, we just bought this from the store.
Come on. Boy, they sure have an imagination when they come up to making costumes. Was this made for rabbits, you think?
No, it was made for dogs.
We sure have the animal kingdom well represented today, don't we?
And Kit Kat does so well. It's got a hat and a body and the feet.
That is too much fun.
Great job, Kit Kat. All right, and now we have Elliot with us. Elliot, what's your bunny's name?
Moose.
And what is he dressed as?
A moose.
That's clever.
I thought it was a reindeer. I was looking for a red nose.
And I love his antlers. Are those handmade?
Yes,
Who made those?
my mama.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a one-of-a-kind outfit right there. I love it. And does it tie underneath of Moose's little chin? Is that what
Yeah.
that is? Or is it a leash?
It's something that ties it to its head.
Very nice. Good job. All right. And here we've got Atticus. Atticus, who do you have here?
Zap.
Zap. Okay. What is this costume?
Banana.
A banana. Is this
A
another?
banana.
That is so cute. And is this handmade as well?
Yeah,
Who made this one for you?
my mom.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, you have a talented family. This is so cool. A banana. Gosh, what an imagination.
Love it. Great job.
So this is my rabbit Oreo. For her costume, we're doing Hey Hey, and Moana, it's like a crazy chicken, I guess. He's really bad. So that's her.
And Oreo is a lot more tame than Hey Hey was in that movie. Oh, doing wonderful. How many costumes do you have for Oreo?
I have around 3.
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
I have a whole collection.
and these aren't made for rabbits. Okay, these are for
dogs.
for dogs. Okay. Well, she's very nice about being dressed in a dog costume.
Yeah.
She's a good rabbit. She really is.
All right, here we have Kenneth. Kenneth, who do we have?
Snickers.
Snickers. And what is Snickers dressed as?
A dragon.
Oh my goodness, look
Gosh,
at him
that's
go.
fun.
Oh, I love it.
I hope he doesn't fly away.
Was that hard to get him in that costume? Yeah. You did an excellent job, and he seems to be cool with it now.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, yeah, look at him. This is so great. And how old is Snickers?
Snickers is about 3 months old.
Oh, this is a young little rabbit.
baby.
Okay.
Well, he's doing great for 3 months old. Good job.
Carmen, this has been such fun. Thank you so very much for telling us about this and bringing these great kids.
Yes, the costumes, the parents, everybody working so hard. It's wonderful.
And these patient little rabbits. Freddricka and Elizabeth, this was a wonderful day for us today. I hope the kids had a good time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having us all out. I think they really enjoyed it and showing off their skills, and this helps them prepare for the fair season. Thank you.
And there's a lot that goes on in 4-H. What's the best way to find out about all the other activities?
Yes, so you can visit our website to find out about all of our 4-H programs, and importantly, you can visit our Meet the Teams page to find out your local 4-H agent.
All righty. Well, let's come up with something fun again, and y'all come back and see us. Please, please, please.
We'd love to.
Thank you.